Alright, you want to look at the best stones I've got that are currently not set. There's some nice ones in here. Got any ideas of what we can do with these? I mean, look at that one. That one's all the brightness in red. That one right there is just gemmy as can be. Look at that little teardrop right there with all the colors like a red and blue storm. That green and blue pinfire one, and then this. Man, there's some. I've cut some nice teardrops the last little while, haven't we? What are your ideas for that? What do we do with that? And then we have another parcel from the Blacklighters. And just real quick, let me show you what we got here. $140 11.8 crystal, $70 7 carat Cooper, $60 8 carat Cooper, and a $75 7.9 carat Cooper. Let's look at these real quick, and we will cut one. I think we're going to cut this one right here, but so let's look at it last. Okay, so bear with me while I open this package. $70 7 carat Cooper. Looks like we got color bar right on the top there all the way around. Looks like it's alright, that one looks pretty straightforward. It's on the thin side, that'll be its hardest thing. It's almost on gray. It probably is on gray. We see reds kind of in this lower color bar, greens above, and the greens are what is coming through. I like that one. That looks like a good cutter for $70. We have a $60, the cheapest one. Alright, this one's a little trickier, but it's a nice color bar right there. Right in the very top. It's kind of a mess. Comes around. It shows up there. It's facing right there. Not sure if it comes into this side where this right here dips down into it, but looks like another possible nice one. I like that one so far. $75 7.9 carats. Ooh, there's a bright green color bar. On this side, that's crystally. Comes around. This right here is all going to have to go away. I'm not sure it comes into this corner right here, but it picks up again right there. But that looks like it might cut a 3 to 4, maybe even 5 carat possible crystal. I like that one. And then we have this one right here. Now this one is, I remember this one. Look at the color bar first. You can see why I wanted this one, why I like this one. Look at that thick color bar. Hopefully it runs through where that sand is at. It looks like it does. That's the good. The good is that color bar. The bad is it's a mess. See that low spot right there in the middle? That's going to mean I probably can't cut one large stone out of this. It's probably going to need to be split right in that saddle and try for a stone here and a stone here. Otherwise, you might just give up. And I think clean up the base to see how much thickness there is to give, and maybe it's still possible. But whenever you're looking at rough to buy, you have to look at the pits and the holes in it, because it's got to be cut down to those. That thing being in the center, that's supposed to be our dome, the peak of our dome nearly. And if that's the lowest spot, it may not be worth taking that much material off to get that to be the high spot. We might be looking at splitting this and looking for a couple carats here, a couple carats here. This one's starting out at 11.8. So if we got a 3 carat and a 4 carat crystal out of that one, then I think that would be a win. Maybe we should cut that one. That one looks like either heartbreak or a stunner. All right, let's look into this. Part of it's going to depend on what we end up with the base, so let's look at our base. I don't want to take anything off the color bar other than maybe just enough right there. Look to see if that color comes through the sand. Looks like the sand goes in pretty deep right there. We'll need that to come out. Trying to see what we got for a base here, so we know what we're working with, how much thickness we're working with. I think that the play might be, like I was saying, slice this right up through that valley. We would lose so many beautiful carats of color. Some of this has to come off the top anyway, so we don't lose anything by looking into it. We're either not quite down far enough or that's not facing. This is not facing like that yet. But now just a little bit more. There we go. There we pulled some color through right there. That's what we wanted to see. Still not that brightness, but hopefully it's just skin on it. I'm still inclined to split it right here because we're nearly into the color. Look how far we would have to go down, probably 3 or 4 mils to make that the top of our dome. And I just don't want to lose that much of this good material. We can get 2 high dome ones here, which is one probably flat dome. By the time we get to the bottom of that, we're at least halfway through the color bar. So I'm going to split it right there and make that decision and try to get a stone here and a stone here. Alright, well, we learned something with that crack. Some good, some bad, or with that cut. Here we cut it. Luckily it split. I got halfway through the cut and it split right down the line that I'd drawn to split it. If we look in there, we have beautiful color, but that sand goes in pretty deep. But look right there, we have a gray base for this. See where it's going to be on gray, so it really should hit nice. This side is on a gray base, so we'll take the base up to that. The sand kind of creeps into that side. Some of that's going to have to go away. But I think we've got a beautiful... Tell me we're not cutting 2 more teardrops. So like this right here is probably going to have to go away, that sand. So this one's either cushion cut or oval or round or something like that, I think. That's all just a mess. No color. So that's going to go away. I think we might end up with a teardrop. I'm starting to like the teardrops, as you guys noticed. But even that right there, this whole corner, this right here has to go away. There's no color beyond right there. So let's take off what has to come off to get into the color so we can make a decision on what our shapes are going to be. And we'll take them down to that gray base. That'll be nice. So we know this has to go away. Some of it can roll. We might only take about that much of it off and then see if we can roll the rest of it. And then, I just have that light right in my way. Then we want to take some more of this base off and just leave that healthy, hopefully. That leaves us, that sand is still like a huge problem, but that, it looks like that sand should roll out, and I'm hoping that some of this will roll out. Like cushion cut or oval. This one, we got nothing but sand and crap on this side right here. That can go away. We can go down a little bit more on our thickness. Just make sure we leave that gray base in there. I think the rest of that we can work with. We're going to dop those up and start working down from the top and hoping that they face from the top like they face right there. Teardrops, what we're looking like. Alright, just randomly we'll pick this one first. Thinking that looks like a heart, and it kind of does. Teardrop. I don't know. There's got kind of a notch on the bottom and a notch on the top. That almost makes it to where we need to do a heart. Right on the tip of that, that's going to mess with us. No choice but to take that down. very last video, I said that a heart wasn't the hardest shape to cut. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had to cut a heart on this one. Turn the water up just a little bit. Alright, I think that's all we're going to do on this wheel. We can refine and hopefully perfect the shape on the next wheel. We just cut a little hard. Slightly asymmetrical right now. Okay, what do we do with this one? Man, the sand on this is just killing us. That sand goes in right there. That sand goes in right there. Okay, let's start acting like it's going to come out and see if it does. Sand in the face right there. This thing is a sandy mess. I'm also docked extremely wonky. Probably should redock before I get to refining it too much. Come on, sand, you need to come out right there. You need to come out right there. Wraps around, if it comes from right here and wraps up into the face there, it's not coming out. So I need to redock this. See where I like that dopping resin. I need to redock this with a face that's parallel to my top of the stone. Plenty of thickness on there. Go redock that one. Hope that sand comes out. Alright, our heart needs fixed. tell whenever an Opal cutter goes quiet, it's been Chatty Cathy. Let's concentrate. Obviously, now we gotta see if we can get that sand out. That looks like it might come out. Or maybe it isn't. Come on, sand. This whole thing's getting eaten up by sand. Still going down. Still going down the sand. I think we still have enough here. I don't think we're dead yet in the water yet, but we're getting close to that point. We're going to fairly aggressively take this down. Not dead yet. Sand and sand. Do is keep going down, or else give up and just say it's going to be a sandy mess. Hard. Might just come clean. See, the sand right there in our cut is what's killing us now. Just a little bit more sand there. I'm just touching that so softly that it doesn't even know it's being kissed. this ends up working out. It's just because it had that ridiculously thick color bar that just allows us to keep going down until we find a clean face in it. But we still have sand in that lobe of the heart. I think we're now at the face. That might ruin the shape of our heart, but that's got to come out. I've got to match the other side, of course. Yes, I'm whistling Christmas songs. We had Christmas songs playing at work today. We ruin our heart getting the sand out. I don't like it as much as I did before, we'll say that, but it's either that or the sand. Might be in business now. You're going to make fun of the shape of the heart, but it's kind of dictated by what I had to do to get the sand out. There was sand on both of those sides right there, so we had to open up that heart a little bit. I think we're ready to polish that. All right, our little redocked cushion cut. See where we're at with it. Not sure if we're winning on this one, but we're just going to proceed. I'm going to, I'm still not docked up very straight, but we can work with it. I like to take this a little bit off at a 45-degree angle to the points. Just to kind of protect the stone, and I don't know, I just like to look better. We still got sand on all the sides, but our face, I believe, is clean. I don't know for sure until I polish it, really. This one is a little disappointing, for sure. compared to what it could have been, what I was hoping it would be. I was hoping to get what I think I said, a 3 carat and a 4 carat. I think right now we're looking at 2 carats on this one and maybe another 2 carats on the heart, but we're not even free and clear and clean yet. Okay, we're there. I would say, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see when we're finished here, but I would say that this stone was kind of a failure from what it should have been. 140 bucks. Sandy, didn't have much for cracks, but just sand. I'm not sure if either one of these are actually going to be what we would call something that worked out. Just because you cut a stone doesn't mean you cut a valuable stone. Or a usable stone. I guess that's all subjective, but my standards get higher and higher as to what I'm willing to use and willing to set and willing to give away. Which would be a reflection if I was selling stuff. I see people selling stuff that, I don't know. I guess the buyer is the one that has to decide if it's worth it, but this is what we ended up with. 2.4 carats on the cushion cut, 2.0 on the heart. The heart does have, I don't know if I could even show you, it does have a little bit of sand. When it dries out, it'll be, I think, even a little bit more readily apparent, but still has sand in there. We went in until we're just about to ruin the shape of it, but that might be just have to be there. And then this one, if you look close at it, if you look really close, this thing is crystal. And so if you look close, you can actually look through and see blobs of sand underneath. Like one right there. But I think when it's set, I don't think that will be, well, I can see that one. See that blob of sand poking through. But the color's nice. I mean, it's gemmy, it's crystally. It's 3D color on color, green and blue. See, we never got out of the sand there, or there, or there, or there. It was a sandy mess. $140 for a sandy mess. We got 4.4 carats roughly in stones out of it. Is it worth $140? Let me leave that question to you. I won't make a comment. Yeah, I will. I think that is, I don't think I lost money on a $140 stone. It was a good stone to cut. It was a challenging one. It was fun. And I got a couple of nice stones there that if you didn't look at the small details, the imperfections, you know, that's a heck of a nice stone. That's just, I mean, the color is so overwhelming that if you weren't looking for the flaws, you wouldn't see the flaws. Tell me what you think. See the sand right there on that side? If you're really looking, you can see it through from the top, but you almost can't. And man, it's hard to beat that beautiful color. And then our heart, like I said, I don't think a heart is the most difficult shape to make unless you got sand all over and where you're making your cut, and then you're forced to take it away till it's not perfect anymore. But that is still a pretty little heart. If I gave that to you, would you cry? I mean, would you be mad? Tell me what you think. Is that stone worth $140 to you or not? And like and subscribe.